We are hearing today that the Trump administration is appealing a decision out of Maryland on its birthright citizenship executive order. Now, that executive order was one signed by Donald Trump in the first few days of his administration, trying to revoke birthright citizenship to children born of undocumented immigrant parents, basically, saying that they don't deserve citizenship and saying that by their reading of the 14th Amendment that they don't apply. Now, where they get the confusion is the 14th Amendment says any persons born in the United States and subject to its jurisdiction are citizens of the United States and the state in which they reside. And where they're having the difficulty is that line and subject to the jurisdiction. Now, going back to the late 1800s, the courts, including the Supreme Court, have always ruled basically that all the people that are subject to the jurisdiction is anyone born here. Those that would not be are like children of diplomats, children of foreign armies that happen to be invading the United States. Those kind of people who would be immune from prosecution if they commit crimes. Now, if Donald Trump wants to say that undocumented migrants are not subject to U.S. jurisdiction, that means they can't be picked up for any crime, including the crime of being here undocumented, or as they would put it, illegally. Um, we'll see how the courts rule on this, but so far, three separate judges in three separate jurisdictions have put a pause on this blatantly unconstitutional executive order, all calling it laughable. Um, Donald Trump has appealed now two of the three cases. There are still, I believe, four different cases pending on this matter. Now, when they get through the appeals process, it will ultimately end up before the Supreme Court. And it's going to be up to the Supreme Court which, if any, of the cases they pick up. They could look at it, say the appeals courts got it right, take up none of them. They could look at it, if the appeals courts disagree, they could have to take it up and merge the cases and make one final ruling. Or they could only pick one and say, okay, we're going to issue a new ruling based on this. And I don't think even this corrupt Supreme Court is going to touch birthright citizenship. The language is fairly clear. And we have been going under that precedent for 150 years or so. But this Supreme Court also has shown disdain for precedent. So I guess we'll have to see what happens there. But Donald Trump is attempting to appeal. We'll see how fast the appeals courts smack him down.